Dan Gilman.
And this is Zach Gazarowski of Mygamer.com.
Yep. And, well, no, I was about to start defaming myself, but...
Yeah. Why would you do that?
What happened today on the...
soon in the stream?
Well, what happened today on the internet?
Oh, yeah. You're gonna dip into that right away?
No, I'm not gonna.
Alright, we can...
I was going to, but I'm not gonna.
Well, we can focus on Akiba's trip, Undead. And
I believe it's supposed to look like Akiba's strip. So you're not wrong.
Oh, you know what? Oh, I gotcha. Because I'm reading it on GameStop's website, and how they have it just in their general, like, bold text. It's clearly defined as Akiba's trip, but the box art
looks like Akiba's strip.
Good call.
Yeah.
That is a good observation to make.
I thought it was Akiba's strip.
And we're playing this on the PlayStation 3. It comes out on PS4, I guess, a little bit later in the year, November. And it is also out on Vita.
Yep.
So you played a little bit of this game. Why don't you kind of break it down for us? Give a summary here of what the hell is going on, because this is obviously not your normal game.
You're an otaku.
A nerd.
Yeah. You're an otaku, a Japanese otaku. You're really, really, really into anime type stuff, and you get lured into this thing, this place to basically do a job, and they're going to give you rare figures, anime figures.
Of course, the geeks currency.
Yeah, and so of course
that's awesome right there. That's just a good ploy.
Yeah, and so you sign up, and then all of a sudden you wake up on this table, and like you've signed to become like a synthetic vampire, basically.
Okay.
Dude,
I'm going with it because this is what this. It's crazy. It's not supposed to really make a whole lot of sense.
No.
Not at all.
And so, yeah, and you fight other synthetic vampires.
And now the follow-up question to that is now explain how they fight, because this is what is not normal about this game, correct?
Yeah, you fight and you do damage to their clothes, and then when they're damaged enough, you can rip them off.
See? We're not just killing monsters, we're not killing slimes and red scorpions over here.
Yeah, you're stripping women and men.
You're right. It's equal.
Yeah. A lot of men, actually. More men at this point.
Yeah, we were just talking about this right before we started the stream, and this is a game by Xseed, and only Xseed is going to bring like a game like this over to the States.
Yeah, Xseed, like, they've published a lot of smaller niche games that, like, I almost haven't heard other people even bring up.
I mean, I kind of want, like, I want to sit in like one of their board meetings or something to be like, okay, what game are we going to bring over, and how many copies do we think we can sell? Like, how many copies of this game do you think they're really going to sell? I mean, it's not going to be a big number here, to have them like publish it, translated, bring it over here.
But the thing is, like, how many do they have to actually publish? Like, they're paying a localization guy, and
yeah, and I'm all for it. I mean, I'm a huge fan of Xseed, and I give them just nothing but respect. And it's just like, at what point does this kind of turn a profit? That's my question, but that's a nerdy question.
Normally Xseed... See, I actually sort of know the answer to this. Normally with niche games like this, you have such a kind of streamlined staff, and if you actually watch your print runs well enough, 25,000 and you've hit a profit.
Yeah.
So, like, not a lot. And if most of the copies are digital's even better because there's no production involved.
Right. Yeah, and then if you do pick up an actual hard copy of this game, usually like Xseed games, they don't lose a whole lot of value because they're rare because they don't sell a lot.
Yeah.
They
But
become collectible.
but then you sometimes have the apps or the ones that you think are going to be like
Yeah,
Disgaea that sell millions.
right. Yeah, so there are some exceptions.
Yeah. So
But really, when you're playing an Xseed game, you know you're gonna get something not average, not normal, something different.
yeah. And it's kind of funny because there's references to all kinds of anime and Japanese. Like they reference AKB48, which is a J-pop band. They have a video of that, a live-action video of them playing in the background. Some places they have Disgaea trailers for the Vita playing.
Really?
Yeah, it's like Disgaea 4, and it's all in Japanese and stuff.
It's not trying to hide who it is here.
Well, no, and it's like it's crazy. You get flyers. Like people will stop you on the street and be like, here's this flyer. Please take this flyer, and you take the flyer, and it's for a real Japanese restaurant or like shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, they supposedly this is like really well. Like they went to great effort to recreate Akiba.
Yeah, they put some details in there, huh?
Yeah. So, yeah, there's like from what I understand about this game, it's just really, really like certain things are detail oriented, but unfortunately, there's also stuff uh, like there's weird pop in. The areas aren't that low, that aren't that big, and
Yeah.
there's like a lot of load time, and
Okay.
yeah,
Well, we'll see when we start walking around the world here.
yeah. So everyone kind of has three areas you can hit. They have their head, their body, and their legs,
Okay.
and you have to do damage to all three of them. And then when you've done enough damage, you can rip off their clothes.
Uh, is this just like a button masher? Or is there like
It's
some?
it's there's some depth to it. It might look like a button masher. I've
Yeah.
way over leveled my guy.
Okay.
I've kind of just been like wandering around, leveling up.
Grinding.
Yeah, there's actually a crafting system in the game, and you can take you get a lot of garbage. They give you a lot of worthless garbage items, and you can also do combo attacks like that. They give you a lot of like just items that you're never like. Oh, here's another T-shirt. Here's another sword, kind of thing. And you're just not going to use another sword. And this one's damage is like 3, kind of thing. And the one that you're using is 50. Like the damage is 50. So you're just never going to use it.
Is the combat just one button, or is there like a light attack, strong attack?
The buttons are for what is it? It's head. It's for head.
So like
Head,
triangles
body,
for head or something?
Yeah, triangle's for head. Circle is for like your torso, and then X is for
The legs.
the legs. Yeah,
Okay.
and once you've stripped them, they turn into smoke because they're vampires and they're naked.
How do you know when you can like tear their clothes off?
As you'll see on me, there's like pink smoke coming out.
And is that like the square button then to pull it off? Or something?
It's whatever one is flashing.
Oh, you get a prompt or something, huh?
Yeah, so it's like if their head is flashing, you rip off crap on their head.
Okay.
Ah, crap.
And so you're like a vampire or something too, then, right?
Yes, I'm
Or
a synthesizer.
Okay. Okay.
They,
Right.
I don't know. They don't
Yeah.
call you like they straight up at one point say, "Oh, so you're a synthetic vampire? You're a synth-pyre." Yeah, it like literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, okay, we're doing that, huh?
Yeah, it's not trying to hide who it is.
No,
It knows what's going on here. It knows it's aware of its own presence.
it most certainly is
Yeah,
aware of its own
and you
presence.
have to be at a game like this.
Yeah, this game knows exactly what it is. A lot of the complaints I've heard about this game stem from the fact that it started life as a PSP game.
Mm.
I don't believe this one was a PSP game, but the first one was. So there's
Ah,
like a lot of holdover in the technology of it being a PSP game.
so this is really a sequel, even though this is the first one in the U.S.
Yes, this is Akiba's Strip 2,
Hmm.
is the full title of it.
Okay,
Yeah, exactly. Well,
it makes you think like, well, what the hell was one all about?
well, and this is like a
But
new character who has no idea what's going on. Like, yeah, so like and when you like strip them, they'll drop their clothes and their weapon and stuff sometimes, and you can just go ahead and pick them up. And it normally gives you a little time after battle that you can sort of.
are the battles like a battle scene, or is it like you just kind of walk around town and up? You can just fight this guy, or is it like when you're playing like a Final Fantasy where you got the overworld and you just run into a random battle, then you go into the battle scene, then you exit the battle scene and go back to the overworld?
You can fight in the overworld.
Oh, so it's
That was that was a rare.
This is just kind of like a cutscene.
Yeah, that was like a rare instance.
Yeah. Okay. So it's just real time fighting, real time exploration.
Yeah. And supposedly there's multiple endings,
Hmm.
all that kind of stuff.
How far along have you played? Like a few hours of this?
I'm probably like 2, maybe 3 hours into it.
Ah,
Oh, okay. Yeah, see, and then like you beat the mission, it says mission success.
mm, okay. Interesting.
Yeah. So that's the core mechanic of it. So maybe we could wander around for a bit
Yeah.
and like you can see with the cars, like this totally looks like an up-res PSP game.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, it is more boxier.
than you would like.
Right.
Yeah. They
Even like was it a 2x4 on your back?
it's oh
Just like floating there?
it's a wooden katana. But yeah, it just floats there.
Yeah, it just hovers there.
And like I love that randomly people will just be walking by and be like carrying weapons for no.
Yeah, they're all got floating weapons on their back, umbrellas, fans. That guy's got a guitar.
Yeah, she has like fucking I don't know, some kind of vegetable.
So what are you doing here? What is this camera mode?
Uh that is the way that you uh what the fuck is, you that's how you detect if someone is a vampire or not.
Mm. So if they're a vampire, you can just go up and whack them?
Even if they're not.
Grand Theft Auto style, huh?
Yeah, you can kind of steal their shit too.
So then is that the goal of the game, just to like beat like all the vampires, like hunt them all down?
No, I don't know what the goal of the game is. You're trying to protect the peace in Akiba at this moment.
Oh, from
And
the real vampires.
yeah,
Hmm.
and then there's the Twitter knockoff called Pitter.
Hmm.
There you go. It was just,
Oh, okay.
and then you have like side missions that you can do. We'll grab some side missions because they normally take a little longer. Yeah, side missions normally take a little longer,
Hmm.
and there's no like time limit on story missions. But for pretty much everything else, there's like a time limit on. So if I advance the story at all, I'll lose my side missions.
Oh, okay. So you can only do certain side missions during certain points of the game.
Yeah, well, that's pretty standard.
Yeah, which is right, unless you're playing a game like Skyrim or something where you can do whatever you want.
Even Skyrim, I think, has.
There are some that can be blocked out, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Oh, so you just have to follow the icon on the exclamation point. That's where your goal or the objective is.
Yeah. Well, you can check the map and you can like use the map to sort of quick travel. Indoors XP is now on sale.
Did Sega develop this?
No, they were just asked.
Because I just saw a Sega logo.
Oh yeah, yeah. They just straight up asked them if they could. They were just like, yeah, can we use your logos? Is that?
Well, that's cool.
And everyone's beating the crap out of each other. This is kind of what happened with Windows XP. I don't know if you remember, if you're enough of a nerd to remember that.
No, what happened?
People like kind of got into fights over like being able to get a copy.
Really? When it launched? I don't know.
Oh yeah, it was like that 98. It was insane. People were
like a Black Friday, huh?
Yeah. Oh, people were like, "Oh, new operating system! I have to get it."
That's pretty hilarious how you can just like tear someone's pants off while they have shoes on.
Oh, well, I am kind of ripping them completely.
Yeah. Like you're tearing them like apart.
Yeah. Well, of course I am. I'm badass like that. What, you're not?
Yeah, I mean, I usually try to take maybe my shoes off. But, if you're in a rush.
I mean, I'll just, like, haphazardly just be like, "Pfft, I don't like these pants anymore, fuck it!"
Hey, I was just going to throw them out anyway.
Yeah, fuck it! I'm more man than these pants can handle.
Oh, so you can get, like, a combo.
Yeah, so if other people's clothes are weak, you can combo through it. And not only that, if you get enough of them, what'll actually happen is you'll get like an ultra combo thing, and you'll like strip people of their underwear as well.
So that's usually where it ends, like at the underwear, because they'd usually like die.
Yeah, oh yeah. And these are normal people, so they just run away.
Oh,
like there is actually a legitimate runaway animation they have.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, honestly, if I was, like, some dude came up to me, started hitting me with a wooden fucking sword, and ripped my clothes off, I would be like, fuck this!
I'm out of here.
Yeah, I do not want Windows XP that badly.
Especially with the sword that's floating.
Yeah, this fucker keeps it floating on his back.
I don't know how he's doing that. This guy's freaking me out. I'm out of here.
He is clearly some kind of vampire. I don't care. I do not care. I do not care.
I wonder how long this game is. How long it
I've
takes
heard about 15 hours.
Oh, that's a decent
But there
game.
are, like, multiple endings. Like, more than, like, a passing amount. Like, there's an ending for every, like, you end up with, like, every girl in the game kind of thing. There's an ending that you literally just leave. Here, like, you at the beginning of the game, one of the first things you could do is just be like, I don't care. I do not care.
Game over and the credits roll.
Yeah. There's an ending that you're just like, I'm done. I don't care. Goodbye.
Yeah, you can kind of tell, going back to that maybe the PSP origins. If in the during combat here, you can see when the camera kind of swings around and you're just looking at like the tree. It's just a two-dimensional, low texture
Oh, and the load,
JPEG basically.
and the load screens. When there are load screens, all that's for real stuff too.
And the game is very static. I mean, if you just kind of stand still, there's nothing moving. Everything's at like a 90-degree bend. There's no curves. People just pop up out of nowhere.
Yeah. Oh well, that's with the pop in. But I mean, it's a $40 game, so it is a budget title, so it has to.
Right.
You have to give it some concession. On that, it is also coming to us later. Than like I think it's been out for a while in Japan.
I'm sure it has been, and then for them to translate it and bring it over here.
Well, and there was like a ton of hemming and hawing, even if they were going to bring it over.
And plus, if this is the second one,
And the first one never came over.
right?
Yeah, so there's like I give them credit for bringing this game over, and stuff like this is kind of commonplace in Japan, as stupid as that sounds.
Oh yeah, we only get a fraction of the.
Well, it's a Simple 2000 series exists over there. It's like Earth Defense Force is a Simple 2000 series. They. Oh, okay, so this is. That woman handed me an Akiba flyer, and I'll show you. I'll go to the encyclopedia and show you. So here are like ad flyers. Let's see. I'll find one that I have.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is a actual flyer for an actual store with their actual website.
In Japan.
Yeah, in this area in Japan, and it highlights on the map where it realistically is.
Well, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Because you think about it, it's like, really, who's going to play this game anyway? Only the mega nerds.
Oh, and there are a couple of times that it literally says, like, if you ever go to Akiba, please stop and see these people and thank them for being in our game.
Yeah. You don't see that ever in a game.
Yeah, no.
To reference, like, real places in real time in the current year that it comes out in.
Or close enough to it.
Right, or close enough to it within, maybe a couple year time span, I guess, but it's still unique nonetheless.
How am I supposed to... They're supposed to be, like, fuzzy, but... Is there a camera app? A map? It just says camera.
What are you supposed to do?
I'm supposed to find vampires. And they're supposed to show up...
By using the camera?
Yeah, they're supposed to be, like, blurry or something. I have no fucking idea. Like, at all. Because it all kind of seems blurry.
Huh. Was there? I might have missed a pop up or something. Did it say, like, look out for the blurry?
They've brought it up a couple of times, but it was mainly when I first got the app.
Hmm. Oh, here's something.
Oh, is she in my party now? Yeah, she's in my party now. I'm positive something stupid is going to happen with her.
Yeah, so sometimes you get NPCs to fight on your side, huh?
Yeah, you can go in. So, like, you can hit people with, like, a laptop, a keyboard, you know, crazy stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I'm just using a sword. And you can also go in and change, like, what you're wearing. Yeah. She is not going to let me change any of her clothes.
And the clothes are kind of like your armor.
Yeah. That's how many hit points you have.
Uh,
And it's, like I said, it's, hit points, based on, what the hell?
Level.
Level of the clothes.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I don't know. It seems weird that the option for me to change their clothes is there, and then not actually do anything.
Do they actually change cosmetically? So she's wearing, or you're wearing like a red shirt. If you put a new shirt on, does it actually like change into a different shirt?
Yeah, it'll. Yeah, for me it will. I'm assuming that for them it should as well.
Is that a plate on her back?
Yeah.
Like a serving plate?
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. People were fighting me with like giant.
That sounds like a blender. Like somebody like hit you with a fucking blender.
Yeah. Oh yeah, if I fight any of these people, whatever they're carrying on the back, like a laptop, they will just beat me with.
The nerd's weapon of choice.
A laptop?
Yeah.
I would never, like a soccer ball. I could see getting kicked with it. I don't think like
You're gonna throw something like that. You're not gonna like
punch me with it. Yeah.
You know, like a blunt object.
Yeah. I don't know.
So, why don't you talk about your new headset that you got there too?
Oh, yeah. We got a new headset in for review from Kingston. It's a pro gamer headset. It's actually super fucking nice.
And it's got a detachable mic on there too, no?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I took the mic off and was just kind of chilling and like using it yesterday as headphones, and I kind of stopped what I was doing at one point and just started reading kind of a late breaking news story, if you will, and I forgot that I had them on for like 2 hours.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and just kind of left them on, and like
Yeah,
that.
for not to get like hot, not to kind of like to fall around, you know, not to be like loose but not over tight.
Yeah, it's like the Logitech headphones that I have, that I normally use for this kind of thing. By the end of talking on this, my ears hurt.
Yeah.
It's you know, so it's nice to have something that I don't mind having on my head.
And you normally wear your glasses too when you're playing, right?
Well, you know, I want to be able to see.
Well, yeah, but I say that because like when I wear my glasses when I'm wearing a headset, like the glasses, because it like pushes your like the frames of your glasses like into the side of your face, you know, like right by your ear, kind of by your temples,
Yeah.
you know, and like that hurts like shit, and, you know, so it's always higher. It's hard to get that balance of I want a headset that fits nicely, but it's not going to like dig into my scalp when I'm wearing my glasses. That's always been a problem.
Exactly. Because I'm pretty blind without my glasses.
Yeah, me too.
So yeah, I need them on. So that's just, you know, kind of how I roll. It's weird the choices that they have, because it's like normal human dialogue, insane person, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, and then so I'm assuming that these different dialogue choices then will eventually
Lead to different things.
lead to a different ending. A different path.
Yeah. But, like I said, the choices are just like, what the fuck, man?
Well, that's nothing in this game makes logical sense.
Yeah,
Anyway, so why
yeah,
not?
yeah, I guess. Huh? So, for the most part, that's been Akiba's trip.
Yeah, pretty. Like I said, I think when we started, this is a unique game. Uh, Again, something only XSEED is going to really take seriously.
Yeah,
So I mean, I give them a ton of respect for porting something like this over to America.
absolutely. And it's actually kind of fun, despite some of its failings.
Yeah, so it's currently out on PS3 and Vita, and it's supposed to be on PS4.
And it's cross-save compatible. It is not cross-buy. So
Oh,
you have to
okay.
buy it on each, but
Yeah.
But like if you buy it on the PS3, you can load your
Hmm.
file on the Vita, even though you would have to pay another $40 to do that.
Yeah, and you know this game at some point there'll be a sale or something, and
Oh, I'm sure Xseed's
drop in
normally
price.
pretty good about randomly being like everything's half off.
yeah, right.
All right, so for this week, I have been Dan Gilman. You can find me on mygamer.com. Follow me on Twitter at Gilman, and my personal website is farms.net.
And I am Zach Gazarowski. You could follow me on Twitter at ZachGaz, ZACKGAZ. Of course, check out mygamer.com and my personal blog at squallsnake.com.
All right, and we will see everyone next week for additional streaming fun.
Yeah, let us know what you want to play. Leave us your comments below.
Laters.